hello instead of hi. It won't sound as...
So who wants to do it?
What do we episode for? I'll do it. I don't care.
Hey, can you ready?
Are we ready?
Yeah.
Hello, welcome to Pearlden, Texas, episode 4. Today is Thursday, October 1st.
Yay!
Oh my goodness, we made it to October! Yay! How exciting!
October 1st.
So, thanks for joining us. If you're new to the podcast, welcome, and if you're returning, thank you for coming back.
It's called Pearlden, Texas.
Pearlden, Texas, that's right. And we're filming today in San Antonio in Carrie's house.
It's my house.
Her yarn room there. You can't see all
Did
the
you see
yarn.
all the bags for Awesome Granny bags?
Yeah. And
They're all bags for Awesome Granny except for this one. This one's from Tammy.
And then above that, and all surrounding us, are balls of yarn.
There's yarn
It's
everywhere
amazing.
in this room. There's like shelves of yarn here, yarn here. There's a whole shelf of yarn there. There's a closet full of Tupperware yarn. I'm just overwhelmed with yarn.
We just may not make it out of here without a few skeins falling into our bags.
That's
But,
fine.
You know.
Trust me, I won't notice the difference.
She probably wouldn't. That's so funny. So, it's been 3 weeks, I think, since our last podcast.
Yes.
We had a little bit of a delay. We had to delay a week for some health issues. And, I don't know, Melissa, you want to talk about?
Sure. A couple Tuesdays ago, my husband came home from work not feeling well. And I'm like, oh no. He's had about 3 or 4 coworkers who have actually tested positive for COVID. So I was kind of thinking, it's going to happen to you sometime. So I ended up blowing up the air mattress and sleeping on an air mattress for a couple nights. And the next day he went back to work. And then he's like, I'm really not feeling good. My whole body's achy. He had a slight fever, sore throat. I'm like, you've got all the symptoms. Go get tested. So he ended up testing positive. We've been quarantining for 2 weeks. As soon as he tested positive, I let everybody know. I let my gym know. And they ended up shutting down and cleaning everything and telling everybody about it. Also, my husband was supposed to fish a big fishing tournament, so he had to cancel that as a big state tournament. So it's kind of been a big bummer canceling everything. But we're all healthy now. We're all good. I had my kids email their teachers and explain, like, we have a COVID case in our house. So now they're doing homeschool until 9th and the 12th. And then I finally recently just went back to the gym, and it's good to go back and see people.
Yeah.
So
He had a fairly mild case,
yes,
correct?
we all did. As soon as he came home, I took my temperature. It was 100.1. And as far as symptoms for me, I had dry mouth. It was really weird. And then the slight fever for about 12 hours. My throat felt off, and then my daughter and my husband got it the worst. They got the whole congestion. They got the whole really hard colds. It's basically, but we got off very lucky. We're very blessed.
I agree. I don't know if you'll notice, but all my dogs came running in here right as Melissa's telling her story. Jackson just needs attention. Pearl's whining. Precious is on the ground. They'll go in a minute. But sorry.
But
We'll post some pictures of them. They're so cute.
They're adorable. But everything, like, my kids emailed their teachers, and then it was like a smooth transaction from them going from regular school to online school. And
That's good.
Yes. And then Audrey did not want to get tested. So the only one who really got tested was my husband, and we waited it out. So
Yeah, that's good.
mm-hmm.
And Dylan never got sick.
He had a slight fever, 99, but
okay.
that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
So, and then I would like to thank my mom. She did a yarn drop-off.
Oh,
Yay, Mom!
Great job!
She brought us cookies and yarn. She wanted my
Aw.
daughter to crochet her a little pumpkin because my daughter started crocheting. So she did this little my mom actually did the leaf and the stem, and then my daughter crocheted the little pumpkin.
She did a really good job.
She did a great job. Way to go, Audrey.
Yes.
Oh.
That's adorable.
So thanks to my mom.
Moms are great.
They are.
Very nice. Very, very nice.
Yeah. So we were all healthy, we were all good, we all took precautions, and moving forward, and happy to see people.
It's amazing how much you miss people, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
How about you? What's going on with you? Anything? No?
I have the most boring life on the planet.
Yeah, sometimes boring is good.
Yes.
Sometimes boring
Yeah,
is good.
nothing all that exciting. I have some exciting fitness news. I gained 1.8 pounds, but lost 1.25% fat, which is an
Wow.
exciting.
Mm-hmm.
It's an exciting thing to finally get your metabolism to start working, you know. And so my trainer was very excited, and he was like, "You need to post that on social media." He's like, "You're going to post your results?" I was like, "No, but I can if you need me to." Like, you know, I guess he wants to
Take
like
out a
boost
billboard.
yeah, yeah, put a billboard up. But it was funny. He's like, "Are you going to post it?" I was like, I wasn't planning on it, but you know, if you want me to, I can. So I
You
did.
should. You should be very proud of
I
yourself.
did. I ended up posting it, but I mean, I've been doing this for a long time. So finally, to see those types of results, it was very exciting for me. But other than that, I mean, I really haven't had anything exciting going on. You had a new car.
Yeah, so I've had a couple crazy weeks. Yeah, I accepted a position with a new company. I'm really excited about it. Well, that's always exciting. It's just always so nerve-wracking having to resign from
I'm sure.
a company, and I've known the people that I work with for a long time, and one was a really good friend, and I was just a nervous wreck. But I turned in my resignation, and they totally were not expecting it. And anyway, I'm an outside sales, so I had to take my company car right away. But the funniest thing was that when I told my boss, he said, "Well, do you want to tell me where you're going?" And I said, "Sure, it's non-competitive. There's only one product line that kind of crosses, but it's not a big deal."
Right.
But I told him, and he started laughing, and I said, "What's so funny?" And he said, "I interviewed for that job."
And did not get the position.
He said, "I had 9 interviews." I'm like, "Oh my goodness, you had way more than I did. I only had basically 4. And he said, "No, I had 9 interviews, and they flew me up to Chicago." I said, "Yeah, I couldn't fly because COVID." So he
Right.
interviewed like pre-COVID, right before. And I actually had talked to the company right at the end of March. And then they couldn't get everything processed in time. They had a hiring freeze go on, and then the rec came open again. But it was just kind of funny. So yeah, he's like, "Don't tell anybody." I'm like, "That's all right, I won't say."
You just told everybody.
Well, I don't think anyone I work with
I'm
in
teasing.
my field are knitters. So. But it was just hilarious. So then because I had a company car, the policy is they take your car right away, which I had purchased a car the night before, knowing that that's probably what would happen. And so that wasn't a big deal, but I had to get home from the office, which is about 25 miles away. And so they wouldn't let anyone drive me home because I guess their company
For
policy has
liability.
changed for liability. So they called an Uber for me. So I'm like, okay. So they call Uber.
This is awesome.
I had a couple things in my car. You know, I cleaned it out the night before, but I still had my steel toe boots because I had gone to a customer earlier before I resigned to kind of finish up something. So I have my steel toe boots and my GPS and just a couple little things. So the Uber driver opens the door for me. I throw my stuff in and I sit down, and I mean, I was frazzled. It was, by that time it was 3:00 in the afternoon, and I had not eaten all day. I think I had a protein bar in the morning, and I was just frazzled. And I get in the car, I said, "Oh my God, I just quit my job and I need to go home." He said to me, "Relax, deep breath, and I want to hear this story." And he was so funny. So we pull out of the parking lot, and he's like, "Okay, give me the scoop." And it was like it was a young guy, he was 23, young black guy, super sweet, just, I don't know, it was like we had known each other for years, kind of feeling. It was so bizarre. And we talked nonstop from the minute he picked me up until 45 minutes later when he dropped me off. And we talked about everything. And turns out he actually was a contestant on America's Got Talent. Well, mind you, my mind is in overload, still processing that I had just quit my job and all this stuff. And he's telling me this, and I'm like, "Oh, I don't watch the show." And it's not really registering with me. Like, yeah, I don't really watch that show, but I've seen it a couple times. He said, "Oh, I got a golden buzzer." And I said, "Oh, yeah, I know what that is. I've seen that." And I said, "That's really cool." And still not, like, even clicking with me. And so then,
How huge of a deal that is.
but we talked about everything. We talked about racism. We talked about traveling to different countries, and I mean,
Wow.
Like-
all in 45 minutes.
it was the craziest conversation ever. And we both looked at each other, and he's like, God put you, he's very religious, and he said, God put you in my path today. And I said, I feel the same way, because what he said to me is, you made the right decision with your job. You cannot let fear of the unknown hold you back. I mean, he told me like all these reassuring things. It was exactly what I needed to hear.
How amazing is
And
that?
he's 23. I'm like, that was just crazy. But yeah, so anyway, later that night I get home and I'm texting all these girls, and
She's
they're
texting
like,
us all. She's like, I met the neatest guy. He was my Uber driver. He was so amazing. I mean, she just kept going on, and then she told us his name. And we all Googled it. We like looked him up on YouTube, watched him get the golden
famous.
buzzers. He's famous.
so he's such a good...
What's his name again?
Joseph Allen.
Joseph Allen.
Look him up on YouTube. He was in 2019. I think he made it to the semifinals in the show. He's from Killeen, Texas. Just an amazing individual.
I'll put it in the show notes. There'll be a link to at
Yes.
least one. I think there's a couple of YouTube videos of him, but at least one link, and you can look him up. But
So he has his own music business, and he's really trying to give it a go. And of course, COVID kind of put a little bit of a halt on it, but he's saving up. He's just such a unique kid. Saving up some money right now. He has a specific financial goal in his head of how much money he needs to save up, and then he's going to move to Tampa because he has some connections down there, and he's got some stuff going down there.
Wow.
And he was telling me all about it, and I mean, just for him to have the maturity to say, I'm going to have X amount of dollars in my bank account before I do this, because I don't want to have to worry about how I'm going to pay my rent and how I'm going to eat
Of
while
course.
I'm trying to
Well,
pursue my dream.
exactly.
I just thought that maturity level was amazing.
That is
Yeah.
amazing. That is
So
amazing.
shout out to him, and
Joseph.
yeah, check out his music. He's very, very talented individual.
Yeah,
So
he
I just
is.
wanted to share that.
Yeah.
And things happen for a reason, and that day I'm telling you, our paths were meant to cross. And he pulled in my
amazing.
driveway. He said, I have to give you a hug. So he got out of the car and gave me a big
That is
old hug.
so awesome.
Yeah, he was
just days like that just give me the warm
Yeah.
I mean, just
we both,
amazing.
I had chills talking to him.
I figured you did. I mean,
Yeah.
she was texting us. She's like, I had the most. She was texting us to tell
Yeah.
us they're sending me home in an Uber. You know,
I felt like a criminal.
yeah. I mean, she had texted us the night before when she was, buying the car, and then she's like, they're sending it. And then when she was home, she was texting the group. She's like, I met the neatest guy. It was, I mean, just one of those days where I had chills, and I wasn't even there.
It was
so.
amazing, really, really amazing. And yeah.
Buying a car is stressful enough, and
Yeah,
then quitting your job is stressful
And then quitting your
enough. And then you're doing it
job
all
and-
together, and yeah.
Talk about a high emotion day, and to finish it off with that. That's
I had
that's
a Long Island
amazing.
iced tea for dinner that night. So.
That's the best kind of calories.
my nerves were shot. Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
And then I get this new car, and I'm like kind of afraid to drive because I pick it up at night and it's dark and there's construction, and I'm just like a nervous wreck. And got everything with all the safety stuff because I'm on the road a lot. So I thought, okay, my company gives me a car allowance and everything, so I knew where I wanted to stay payment wise and stuff. But so I got all the safety features on it, the 360-degree camera, and
My mom has
this
that. It's so cool.
autopilot assist.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing practically will drive itself on the highway. Well, let me tell you, getting used to that. Like, I used it this morning coming down because I thought, okay, I'm relaxed. It's a good time to do it. But like when the guy was showing me that night, he's like, "You're fighting it. You're fighting it." I go, "Well, I'm trying to steer it. It's going that way, and I want to go a little more to this side." He said, "It's keeping you in the center of your lane." I was cracking up. So I'm slowly getting used to that, but it's a weird feeling.
I bet it is. My mom has that stuff, and I can't handle the beeping on the side.
Yeah,
like as soon as if you put on your blinker, like you're gonna turn or whatever, because there's a car there, and I'm like,
yeah.
you're just like freaking out
It's
because
a little-
the
yeah.
car starts beeping at you.
The sensory overload, it takes a little bit getting used to, but I do have to say I was much more relaxed by the time I got to your house, coming down 35. Because I had that on, my arms were relaxed, my legs were relaxed, so I need to get used to
course.
using it.
And you
just
will
practice.
once you start
Yeah.
your new job.
But
You'll get a lot of miles
It's
on
interesting technology in cars now. It's just kind of crazy.
I don't
That is
understand
neat.
why they can't put that technology into school buses. I feel like, I know
Ah.
probably budget-wise,
it. Might not be cost effective.
probably not, but think about it. It should be there.
Yeah.
So,
That would be cool
For
though.
sure. Especially the camera, right? The 360 cameras for buses, I would think, would be important.
I think that 360 camera is the neatest thing ever.
It is. It's
Yeah,
totally amazing.
It is neat.
totally amazing. Anyway, that's my scoop. So I have I'm just kind of transitioning some stuff from the old company right now, and working into starting with the new company. So I was off this week, pretty much, and then next week as well, and then I'll be starting. I'm going to attend one meeting next week, kind of unofficially, just to meet my boss and the guy I used to work with.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then the 12th is my official start date. So I'm excited. I'll be selling robots again, so I'm really excited about that.
Yay, yay, yay.
We're happy for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
FOs.
Wait, what are we wearing?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait, I brought something. Do you not
Okay.
see?
The notes are
Oh,
right here, and she
sorry.
missed it. Right
Melissa's
down the
not
notes.
following the notes. She's so excited.
I'm happy to
Go ahead and
see
show
this.
what you're not wearing but holding.
Okay, so first of all, my
This is so
husband's aunt has a little t-shirt design company called Terrace Market Design.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, send me the link. We'll have to
I
put it in the
will.
show notes.
So
yeah.
every season she comes out with these cute little t-shirts, and I have the stuff to make them too, but I just don't.
Yeah.
Not always the time,
time.
or the
Yeah.
desire.
Yeah.
So this one, as soon as I saw this sweater weather, I'm like, I need that in my life. So
Perfect.
she sent it to me. I'm loving it, and it's super soft as far as t-shirts go.
Nice.
So I like it a lot. It's good.
It's really
She
good.
has good color combinations and cute little messages. And super happy with it. And then this, I decided to bring because I finished this a while
Does that have
ago.
sequins on it?
Yes.
I didn't notice that before. Oh, that's so
So
pretty.
this pattern is called ingot, and I
Love the
use
ingot pattern.
yes, it's good
Who's that
for
by?
hand spun. I'm not sure.
Oh, I've made
Is it
one.
Northbound Knitting?
No, I don't remember.
It's
Um,
Lisa.
Oh, Lisa Munch?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
This is an awesome pattern. I think it would be good for gift giving too, because it's super like you knit it up on really big needles.
Yep.
I picked this up at DFW. Tammy and I split a skein of this Madtosh in the something rainbow, electric rainbow, and then Stephen B had a booth.
sequins?
Stephen B had a booth there, and I'm like, I'm
Sparkle?
gonna get some sequencing mohair to throw in here to like Stephen B it up and make it a little bougie.
So amazing.
And I didn't have enough to do the whole thing, but I just did the little stockinette section in it just to kind of give it a little bit more bling on it.
We're giggling over here because Jensen is like chawing away on something. So if you hear something, it's not us. It's dog.
Jackson.
It's like, huh?
Huh? Me?
What? Let's clean
Okay.
it
Okay. What are you wearing?
I am wearing. I had to pull it up. Sorry, and it is Lisa Munch. Yeah. I am wearing the Mondo cable pulley by Bon Marie Burns. Okay, so a little bit of technical difficulty, but I'm wearing the Mondo cable cardi by, who did I say this was by? Sorry, I looked
We're
it
all
up.
thrown for a loop now.
Bon Marie Burns, I think. And Darlene made this for me for Christmas. It was a Christmas present,
Nice,
and I
good.
love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. And it's in Knit Picks Comfy, which is it's a great yarn for Texas. I mean, it's cotton. I think it's cotton acrylic blend. I'm not 100, but I know it's got a lot of cotton in it. So, it's warm when it needs to be warm and kind of cool when it needs to be cool. And
Got some muscles under there.
Ooh.
Ow!
She's flexing for us.
That's sort of embarrassing.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm making another one like Darlene made me this one. Thank you, Darlene. And I'm making another one in a same yarn, comfy, Knit Picks Comfy, in a burnt orange because I love burnt orange and everything. The same color as my Weekender, and this is the same yarn that my Weekender is made out of, which I wore last week.
And I love that V neckline and the cable is very, very flattering.
Yeah,
I think that would be flattering on anyone.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, that's why I wanted to
Yeah.
make another one. I mean, it's just so comfortable. I mean, it's perfect. Just
You could wear a t-shirt under it if you wanted, or a
Yeah.
blouse. Even. Yeah.
yeah, just a little
Very nice.
tank top and a little accent.
If you don't
whatever.
rip the sleeves off with your muscles. Oh my goodness.
I think she's
You're so
teasing me
funny.
now.
I'm just jealous.
That's funny. Okay, and I am wearing an old sweater that I made several years ago. I think our first yarn call in Texas. It is by Louisa Harding from a book called Belle 12 Projects Using Mulberry Silk. It was a book, and here's the picture. And the sweater is Dove, the pattern. And it's just a cute little cardi with 10 buttons and a ruffle sleeve that has a picot edge bind off, and a little bit garter in here. And
I love
I like
this.
the buttons
I just love the
too.
whole thing.
You got that at Nan's, right?
yeah, I got the yarn at Nan's Needleworks in
Horseshoe Bay?
Horseshoe Bay, yeah, Horseshoe Bay, Texas. And the yarn I used is Elizabeth Lavold Vi Silk, which I'm not sure is available anymore. I think it might be discontinued. I don't know if you can see that. And anyway, it was viscose and silk, so it's real drapey. And it's kind of lightweight. But it was chilly this morning, so I just needed a little something. And anyway, yeah. So that's all. That's
Super
what I'm wearing.
cute.
Yes.
Super cute.
Very cute.
Okay, now what did you want to do?
FOs!
Okay.
Wait, who's supposed to go first? I guess I'll
You
go
can.
first. Okay.
You can
So
go
I'm
first.
doing the Journey to Nebula. Nebula is this beautiful quilt by Jaybird's Quilt using Tallulah pink fabric. She's doing this journey so we can learn the skills so we feel more confident when making Nebula.
And
Kind of a
didn't you purchase a new machine?
Yes.
Oh. So maybe that's what, the new machine needs to be broken in.
Yeah.
So
Darlene.
it's Darlene's fault, I
It
think.
is.
I'm pretty sure.
The first project we were supposed to do is called the Seaside Table Runner, and it's not quite done. I have to hand sew the binding.
Oh, that's so pretty.
So beautiful.
Thanks. I actually did the straight line quilting with my walking foot, and then I tried to free motion the little squares,
Oh, I see.
and it's kind of a hot mess because it's not
Oh.
very free
for
motion
your first
quilting
time.
is really, really hard. Let me get
It
a
is hard.
close up of my hot mess squares. It's not the easiest.
You did a good job for that first
Thank
time.
you. Don't want to step on a puppers.
My dogs are all over the
The
place.
dogs everywhere.
This was my first one, and I just had backing that I had left over from a different
I even love
quilt.
the back.
It's very pretty.
Then the second project. It's nice to do little projects. It's kind of instant gratification.
Like a hat.
Yes. Then this is the second one. This is called Lucky Charms Pillow. And this I broke in my new machine, the Juki. I told Darlene I wanted one and that they're hard to find. And then she texts me, oh, Austin has it. And I don't know how many they're going to have left. So I'm like...
Because I believe Darlene got a new one as well.
Yes. And then I'm like, I pop into my husband's room. I'm like, can I get a sewing machine?
Can I please?
Did you do it while he was sick with fever?
Yeah, no. He was a little better by then. I'm like, can we please?
Drop in some Harry Potter serum to make him say yes or something?
I was kind of trying to use like Audrey's approach where she just harasses a little bit. 'Cause that's how she gets things.
Right, Audrey.
Way to go, Audrey. You know how to work it.
And then I was thinking, I guess if the timing's not right, maybe I should just go get my machine cleaned and oiled because it really needed it. And then he's like, just go get it. I'm like, okay. I'm going to Austin. I called the shop and they're like, they have them on hold, but whoever comes with the money first. I'm like, I'll see you in an hour and a half.
Be there in 90 minutes.
Drove up there. I'm like, I called. I'm going to try it. And then the guy was trying to sell me on it. I'm like, no. I want it. Like,
Here's
you
my
don't
money.
need to
I'm
sell
sold.
me. Like, I'm sold. Like,
Sold.
let's get this done
Yeah.
so I can go home and sew.
Wrap it up. Wrap it up with a bow. Let's go.
They were laughing. They're like, "You're the easiest customer ever." I'm like, "Just take my money. Like, I want this so bad."
Send the commission to Darlene York.
And she texts me, "Do you still love it?" I'm like, "I love it." I'm sewing
so
every
funny.
day. And then Audrey named it Betsy.
Is it
love it.
specifically a quilting?
It's a specific like straight stitch. That's all it does is straight
Oh,
stitch.
okay. Is that the one Tammy has?
Yeah. Well, it's the newer model of what
Okay.
Tammy has.
Okay, because she has a straight stitch one too.
I know
Yes.
nothing about sewing machines, so it's all Greek to me.
So I quilted this, and everything, and I loved every step of it. It's great.
When you love it, that's what makes it all worth
Yeah,
it,
that's
honestly.
amazing. And
Yeah.
you're making beautiful things. So.
Mhm.
This was a little charm pack from Tuesday Morning. Has like the best little things.
Really?
They do.
Mhm.
Mhm.
That is cute. Very autonomous.
It's nice to use Dash.
It is very.
Learn new things, and
That's great.
the next one is also a pillow called Jawbreaker, and I've actually made this one before. So I'm gonna have pillows all over my house.
Yes, you are. And they look great.
Yeah. And then what are we on?
FOs.
Oh, I actually have a knitting FO.
It is an knitting project.
Look, it matches your nail polish.
Oh my gosh, it does. Oh my gosh.
I love them.
That is
I
amazing.
absolutely love them.
These were really fun. I recommend if you need something just straight stitch, just no concentration, TV watching, just make a tube. But I'm very happy they're
Tubes.
done. And I didn't have second sock syndrome because I just did one big tube and then I was done with it. So,
That's great.
yeah, that's all my
Yay.
I have 2 socks for my FOs, and they were cranked by our amazing Elizabeth here.
The cranky one.
Cranky one. I had 6 or 7. I gave her 6 or 7 skeins of yarn, and she's cranked
Which
them all
I'm
up for me.
so mad at you because as I'm cranking them, I'm like,
too.
I need this, and then I go online and buy it. And I'm like, I need.
Just
Okay.
call me. I usually have 1 or 2
Well,
extra.
and we did trade a crank tube for
Yeah.
for some yarn.
So these are for one of Antonio's friends. The great thing about getting your yarn cranked is that she cranks it all in one huge long tube. So now I have enough for two pairs of socks. I think somebody had said 3 pairs of socks, but I only get 2. I
It
get
depends
about-
on if you're doing
how short,
self-striping or
yeah,
if you
and
can
how-
match.
and
Yeah.
how short and stuff.
Sometimes
so.
you can get 2 full pair and a pair of shorties.
So this is for one of Antonio's friends,
So cute.
and then I messed up on these. You just can't see it. I had one where the cuff was too high, so I had to rip out the
I can
cuff.
tell, I can
But I messed up on these. So you can see it in the heel. Do you see where well, maybe you can't see it, but see, this one has the one white stripe under the heel and one stripe above, and this one has them both above because I cut them in wrong. But this is Trench Coat by Turtle Pearl, and I use black heels, and then this is called The Grinch by Biscott Yarns, based out of Canada. When I went to Canada a couple years ago, I met the shop owner, Louise Roberts.
Oh,
And,
nice.
Yeah, she's a really sweet lady. So
It's
those
always
are
nice
my.
to meet owners.
It is,
Know
it is,
them
and
hear their
just other,
story.
other enthusiasts. She's putting them on a blocker for me. So,
So pretty.
Melissa has this yarn, and now Elizabeth does too. But Melissa's going to use this yarn for one of the sweater sleeve ones. So now you can see my faux pas.
They're just yours. They're uniquely yours.
They're uniquely, yes.
You
they are.
won't even
Definitely.
notice it when you're wearing them.
I won't. No, nobody else will either. Because yeah.
It's not a mistake. It's a variation.
I cranked my tube, but I haven't put the heels.
Just so you know that they were hand done. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's why I do that. That's really. That's why I do that.
That's how you know you didn't store buy it.
Is that it?
That's it.
Good.
Just those for FOs.
All right. I have my hipster cowl, not the
I
shawl,
love
cowl.
it.
Okay, a little wrinkle because it was
really
shoved in my bag. But yeah, super cute.
Love the
in Quilting
color.
Co. And we'll have a link to my project. So this was part of the Hohi Fall Cowl.
Mm-hmm. It looks amazing.
Yeah, so I'm happy with it.
It looks great.
I like it.
Love it.
I ran a little bit short. You're supposed to do a little more fringe. I'm not a huge fringe
I'm
person.
not a huge French person
But
either.
then I thought, oh, it does look cute on this, but I had to kind of space my fringe out a little bit further apart because I ran out of yarn, and I didn't really want to buy a whole nother skein of yarn just for a few extra pieces of fringe. So, and then I don't know, I thought about using a contrast, and then I just thought, no, I really want it plain, so I'm just going to go with it like this for a while. And
I
see.
love it.
I do.
Yeah.
It's very pretty.
So I'm happy with it. And then the only other finished things I have are just sock tubes that I've cranked.
So many sock tubes.
Which I've done quite a few. I don't know, it's just kind of addicting. So here's a couple of them.
I love those rainbows.
Mhm.
I just the rainbows
So
are just so exciting.
This yarn is by Yarn Bee. It's offered at Hobby Lobby, and it is $14.99. The list price on it is retail price on it is $14.99 a skein, and it is hand dyed in Turkey, and it is 100% superwash merino. And I gotta tell, and it's 30. It was 30% off this week. I don't.
420 yards,
400
fingering weight.
Yeah, 420 yards. I don't know how they're selling it at that price point. I really don't. But the yarn is amazing.
It is amazing.
Amazing. And I bought some other colors.
When we get
too.
to the stash acquisitions, or just acquisitions period, you're going to see all these different amazing colors. I mean, they're just fabulous.
So the tube is actually, as Kara was saying, the tubes are actually
they're very,
very
long.
So
I mean,
sorry.
no. Imagine if you're using like an accent color and
Yeah.
you know, so just,
Yep.
like this one I could see.
So I'll
you
definitely
getting.
get 2 pair of socks out of
Yeah.
that. Maybe a pair of shorties too.
Maybe 3.
Yeah.
So.
And then I did a couple other tubes. This is also Yarn Bee
Couple hundred.
in the dark denim.
couple dozen.
Well, I've had some time this week, so
It's great.
which is a really pretty
You
navy. That's
deserve
going
a
to be it for a friend. And then this is Brazen Stitchery in District 12, which is a really fabulous color.
I have that color.
I made a
Pretty.
pair of socks out of that too.
And this was a
Okay.
Koigu, and I don't have the tag. I don't know the number of it, but it was 2 50-gram skeins that I had that I thought were very pretty.
They are
Mhm.
very
Soft
pretty.
yarn. So, and
She's gonna have the best sock drawer ever.
that's it. That's my finished objects. That's all I have.
Okay, so I think we go to whips. Can't see my notes here. Go to whips.
Whips.
Okay.
What you got, Melissa?
I got. Look at this.
Oh,
Bags by Awesome Granny. That's part of my stash acquisition. That's my only stash acquisition. Is a
oh,
Bags
and
by
that's the
Awesome
one I
Granny.
didn't bring. That wasn't one of my stash acquisitions.
I just had
but
to
I have
switch
it
it
too.
over. My cats got into my knitting and
Oh.
they chomped it. They just broke it. They didn't do anything.
Thankfully,
It
they didn't
wasn't
ruin the
too
sweater.
bad. This is my Elton cardigan. This is part of my fall, or her fall
The Hoagie Fall.
knit along. I ended up,
So pretty.
I was worried about running out of yarn because I only have one of these, but I think I'm going to be okay.
You will.
So I didn't finish the bottom, I just left it just to make sure. I have about an inch left on this sleeve,
So pretty.
and then that'll be done. And then I have to do the other one. I don't know why we need 2 of things.
Your 2 arms.
I do, but
Minor details.
I don't have the patience.
I'm so glad
I
your
hit-
cats didn't actually get to
No,
the
they
actual
just
knitting.
nipped it, the ends off.
We got a text from Melissa. My cat caught my Elton, and we're like,
Panic.
What?
Pure panic.
Yeah.
But I'm digging this. I'm loving it, loving it, loving it.
That color is just gorgeous.
Yeah.
And look, she's using one of those
Scooby.
Scoobies to hold the Elizabeth's tip.
Yeah, we talked about those last week, or the last podcast, episode 3. If you are new and you want to go back and watch that, we
And
talked about
I
the
bought
Scoobies.
some. Look, there's my zipper.
They're very nice. I highly recommend them.
Yeah, so last episode has the link to those.
Yeah.
Interested.
And then, because I finished a pair of socks, I'm like, I need
To cast on another pair.
to finish. I'm trying to keep up with Elizabeth's tube socks.
I'm getting this stack of tubes, and I can't finish the socks fast enough.
I have
don't know,
all
it's
my.
like
I have
Good
all
stress
mine.
relief cranking those tubes.
I bet it is. I have all of mine in this in my case.
I like that bag.
Oh, is that a, what is that called?
Is it a namaste?
It is. It's a Namaste one. It's got all my.
The train case, is that what it's called?
I think so. Yeah.
I had this one cranked by somebody else. I forgot what his name is.
So an Etsy, right?
Pretty.
He does very
Sparkly.
awesome pottery and other things.
Oh
He spins and
yes. I have his pottery.
yes, he's very talented. This was 2 of by hand. I got it at one of the. It does have a sparkle. It kind of reminds me of Halloween a little bit. And I do
So
have
pretty.
one done.
It's kind of Halloween-y, but yeah, I think you can wear it year-round, too.
And I don't know why the sparkle just makes me very happy.
It's really pretty sparkle against that dark.
And it's really soft for having the sparkle in it.
Mm-hmm. Very nice. What are you using for the?
Just
like
some
a dark
nitpicks
gray?
that I had left over from one of my shawls.
It's pretty.
I'm getting halfway.
Looks great.
So when you do yours, I always like to know this, do you do the cuff first, the toe first, or the heel?
I do the cuff first.
Okay.
So just unravel like 1.5 inches, and then I knit it back up. And then I measure.
Oh, because you don't do a contrast, you use the same.
Mhm.
Okay.
And then I measure I like 7-inch legs.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll either take needle and thread
Mm-hmm.
and reinforce it so I don't lose everything.
Mm-hmm.
But this time I tried just to put the needles in. It wasn't as tight. So I kind of got them like halfway through and then I gave up and I snipped it. And then I kind of followed it through and I got the rest of it through and then toes.
And then you do the toe size. How about you, Carrie?
I do the toes first.
Okay, that's what I do too.
Yeah, so I do the toes first, and then I gauge to where I think I'm going to do the heel,
Mm-hmm.
and put like a little safety pin, and then I come back, and then I go up to where I think I'm going to do the cuff, and then I cut the cuff.
Okay.
I do the cuff second,
Okay.
and then I
That's
come
exactly
back
what I
and
do.
the heel.
Yeah, I do the toe, then the cuff, and then the. Sometimes I'll do the
And
cuff,
that
then
way,
the toe,
in
and then
case
the heel,
I-
but
in
I always
case-
do the heel last.
In case I mess up on the toe
Interesting.
or the heel, like if there's a messed up spot, then I put that side is where the heel goes.
Yeah, gotcha.
So it's the underneath side.
Yeah.
Does that make
Yeah.
or the back side of the sock. So like when you're joining the contrast color, if like there's like a little, just a blip or whatever, I like my heel to be on that side.
And if anyone hasn't tried an afterthought heel, there's some really good tutorials. Kirby Werby has a really good
That's what I use.
tutorial
She does.
on, I think it's on YouTube, and you can just Google it. And then also Amy from the Stranded podcast over in the UK, she has a really good tutorial as well. So there's probably others out there too, but
Yeah.
those are two that I've referred to on numerous occasions when I was first starting out. And it's not as scary as it looks.
It's not.
It's
the very,
once-
very, very first time I cut my yarn for an afterthought heel, I was a little panicked, but
Mhm. I was
it
texting
became
Jennifer.
a lot easier.
I'm like, Jennifer, you've done this before.
Yeah.
And she sent me a bunch of really good links.
She's the one who talked me into doing it.
Mhm.
Jennifer Mary, yeah.
Mhm. It's good. It's a little fiddly. It still takes time to do
does.
all the
Just
toes
getting
and-
started, yeah.
It
Mhm.
does. Mhm.
But it's a good way to. I don't know. It's my preferred way. And then I think I don't know if I mentioned before, but it's a little bit of a shorter heel. So what I do is after I cut in, I knit 7 to 10 rows, just round and round before I start my decreases, and that gives me a deeper heel.
Oh, really?
And you never notice it. Yeah,
never done that.
it gives you a
Yeah.
deeper heel.
That's cool.
So because I have a high instep,
Mm.
so it gives me the extra room in my
Sure.
instep.
Sure.
So-
Do you have any more whips?
No, I'm good. I mean, I have a basket full at home, but
Yeah. Did you have any you brought?
no.
Yeah, that you have here.
I'm currently working on.
So I have. This is a bag that Elizabeth made
Oh,
actually.
yeah.
Mhm.
Little
For
snowman.
Christmas party
Mhm.
one year.
Here's my hipster shawl.
It's so pretty.
Oh,
I just have
that's really
a
pretty.
little bit more. I'm about 75% done, so
Mhm.
just a little bit more garter and then
Oh, that yarn.
another Indian stitch section. Good. So that's also for my Hohi fall along, fa la 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 la.
Matches
La,
the
la,
bag
la.
nicely.
I try and match my knitting to my bag. I'm so retarded. Can't match color for nothing, but I match my knitting to my bag.
It's important.
Mhm.
And
Got
then,
good
uh,
Oh,
priorities.
you're making good progress on
Again,
this.
bag spot, awesome granny bag. I joined.
Wow, that's pretty.
I
I
have joined the front
haven't
and
started
back
that one yet.
This is very
for the
pretty.
staple linen top.
It'll
This
fit
is
your
the
muscles.
She's never gonna let me live them down.
Because I'm jealous.
Never gonna let me live them down.
You should be proud.
I am proud. So I'm holding my yarn double because it's a pretty thin linen. So, and I went ahead and I wound it up double.
So that'll be nice when you wash that and it softens up.
It will,
It's gonna be
uh-huh.
really nice.
I mean, it still has that little bit of
Bloom
that
out and,
hard linen feel, but I'm excited. I can't wait. I can't wait to wear it. And then
Great.
that's also for my Hohi following. Then I have one more, which I have to reach over here for just 1 second. had this like in a whole bag. This is my hedgehog blanket.
Ooh.
And I got, this is September's colorway. It's called Urchin. It's hedgehog.
Yeah. It's very pretty pale pink.
Oh, it's really pretty. The speckling on it is gorgeous.
So I again have September's colors knit up in September, like I did with August. I'm so proud of myself. Now this month I could only do one like triangle, because the next one will be October's color will be 2 triangles, kind of like how this one did.
Oh,
you see
okay.
how like they mixed them together instead of just doing a set in one solid. So then I'll do 2 colors, 2 triangles of the October colorway, and then one more
Back to
triangle
September.
back to September's colorway. So next month I'll have 3 triangles to make, whereby this month I only had 1 triangle to
That
make.
is so pretty.
But
It smells good.
there's the whole blanket.
It's beautiful.
It reminds me of pennants.
Oh yeah,
You
it
know, like,
does.
Like athletic.
Better than what it
field
reminds
pennants.
Trevor of.
Mhm.
So.
Yeah. Yes.
And those are my whips. That's all that
Good
matters.
job.
And I have one whip that I've been working on. I started last week or this
Oh
week.
my gosh.
My
you
super
got a
great.
ton done.
Well, it's Aran weight.
I'm so jealous.
My super simple summer sweater for the Hohi
I
cow.
feel like I'm kind of part of this sweater.
You
because
are.
I helped pick up this
Always
yarn.
part of the sweater.
Even though I have nothing to do with your gorgeous knitting or the gorgeous yarn.
The yarn is
It's amazing.
really lovely. It's by
Look, it's
Chasing.
going to fit me perfectly. Thanks, Elizabeth.
I bet it'll fit all of us. We should put it like on a rotational.
We'll have it on a rotational to where we get to wear it each podcast, and then we'll do a segment who wore it best.
Yes.
Right. So it's by Chasing Rabbits Fiber Co. And the sort of light bluish color
I
is
really love this.
Naiad.
But it's not orange, so you
And-
can have it.
And the
Honestly, I want to go buy this yarn.
golden bronzy color is Wildwood.
This has enough
got some
close
flecks of
orange to be.
It's a really, really
It's beautiful.
beautiful
gorgeous.
color. It's just very layered. It has a lot of dimension to it.
It's
I'm
just
really happy with
gorgeous.
it. I'm gonna love it. Wearing
Yeah,
it.
she is.
Look, you have Scoobies on them.
I do have
does.
sleeves on the sleeves. Yeah.
Yes.
They're everywhere.
They're everywhere. They're the best things. And I think that's it. I do have one tip though.
Yeah, we were going to go from
Marker's
whips
really
to
cute.
tips.
Whips to tips. Whew, tongue twisters. So, because this is a striped sweater, I just wanted to mention that I'm doing what's called jogless stripes, which you can do, as far as I know, you can only do it if you have a stripe that's greater than 1 row. So, and it's when you change colors, basically what you do is, so at the color change, you switch to the second color, you knit 1 round, and on the second round, instead of knitting the first stitch on the second round, you slip that stitch. And what that does is, because when you're knitting around, you're always like a hat, you're kind of
Going
doing
off.
spiraling, so
Uh-huh.
you're always like a half
So
up.
that slip stitch.
So when you slip it, it draws it up. And you don't
It
notice
elongates it.
It elongates, yeah.
Uh-huh.
And you don't notice that that row is that column
That makes sense.
is 1 stitch less in height, because it just all blends in visually.
So she has
perfectly.
this stitch. This is where this stitch marker section.
Yeah.
Is where the jogless is happening.
Yeah.
So you can see how.
And I think it was
How?
the first one I didn't do it. Yeah. So here, I didn't do the jogless here, and you can see it's off right
there.
Yeah, by just 1 stitch. But when you do the jogless, it evens it all out, so your stripes are virtually even.
Nice.
And so,
I'm gonna
yeah.
have to try that.
So, and I've done that on like striped socks before, and anything where you have more than 2 rows. I think if you're going to do single color stripes, you have to do more like a helical jogless stripe. But this I highly recommend for doing, smoothing out your stripes on multiple row
Rows.
color changing. Boy, that was a good mouthful. Sorry. So,
Yeah, we're gonna go straight into stash acquisitions, and I'm gonna like fondle this bag. Is what I'm
so
gonna do.
last podcast I talked about having ordered a bag. It was I can't remember which bag it is now. The box,
I
but
can't
it's the
keep
large
her
box
names.
bag. I can't think of what the official name is. But it's pebbled leather. It's by Hohe & Co. And it has that beautiful leather strap that you can adjust. And you can sling it over crossbody style. It's really a nice
amazing.
bag. It's got a pocket in the inside and a clip. And it's just really, really nice. And then, while we're on Hohe & Co.
Oh, look, close it up, make the straps. super
Yeah.
long,
Nice.
and then
I feel like Carrie might steal that from me.
So, on, let's see, 2 weekends ago, I think it was, my mom and I went down to Galveston to see my aunt, and that was the day that I got the phone call with my verbal offer for my new job. And so I was so excited that I decided to treat myself. It happened to be a day that Hohe & Co. had a release of a shop update, and so I ordered this. Is I think it's the Amba bag, and it's the waxed suede crossbody.
oh, you guys have to get Feel-O-Vision YouTube. Like,
really
seriously.
Cool. When I first opened it, it kind of smelled, but I think within the wax, but then it kind of aired out, and it's a beautiful bag as well. So it's kind of like the BA bag, but it's larger, and then it's got the wax suede, and then the crossbody strap.
It's beautiful.
So,
I would wear that as a purse.
and then this is also a handle that you can just
I
like
would
for
too.
BA bag.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I would wear this as a purse.
So,
I would wear that as a purse.
It's a little big for me, but
Perfect. I
personally,
love big bags.
but yeah, I like this because it zips. So yeah, I might use this as a purse. I don't know, but I just loved it. And honestly, so that was on a Friday, and this got delivered on.
I thought you had it like Monday or Tuesday. It was crazy.
I mean, it was crazy how fast
crazy
I got
fast.
it.
I don't think I've
Normally-
even sent within Texas that fast.
Yeah, normally I'll
honestly.
get the stuff usually within a week, which I think is really reasonable, 7 to 10 days. But this was like 3 days. I mean, it was just insanity.
It was crazy. I remember.
Yeah, I think
what-
it was either
yeah.
Monday. I'm like, you guys are
Pretty
just
sure it was
ordered
Monday.
this.
I was
Yeah.
like, wow.
From Argentina to Texas.
Yeah.
That was pretty amazing. So those are my new bags, and then I also got the gnome bag from.
Here's my stash acquisition. I got the extra large.
That is nice.
So this is what my my MCAL is gonna go in, and of course it's Bags by Awesome Granny.
The gnome with the green hat is my favorite. I just love that bright green hat. I think it's so cute.
He is so cute. They're all
They're all
cute.
cute.
They're all cute.
The green pops.
Uh-huh. Green, the purple, the candy corn, all of them. I mean, even just the white ghost dude.
Yeah, he's cute too.
Yeah.
They're all
So,
cute.
That's
adorable.
that's my
Cute.
stash.
Melissa.
Well, I got a new sewing machine.
It's in her pocket.
Yeah, let me no.
But she also got a new. Isn't this Hohe bag new too?
Yes, this is Elizabeth's fault.
Wait a minute.
We'll just
She
all blame
cannot
it on
put
Elizabeth.
all of her
Purchases.
blame on my little shoulders.
Well, Darlene has part of it
Darlene
too.
has the
She
okay,
did.
the bag.
Then I'll take the bag.
Okay.
I accept that responsibility. I'm so sorry,
She
Trevor.
texted me. She doesn't know it's on my credit card.
Oh.
Audrey, don't tell.
I don't even remember what this one was
I didn't get a
called.
Hohe
It was
bag,
the
so I just
extra
It's a
get to hold them
hobo.
all.
It's the big hobo,
it's the
right?
yeah.
Is it the bigger one?
Yep, and I actually, you can put enamel pins through it. They have little holes in it. And I actually have a little blue healer pin in my card on Etsy
For your
for
dog.
Creed.
Like here's the holes. I don't know if you can see
Yeah,
it.
it's perforated for pins. It's beautiful suede. I love that gray.
It smells like leather.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's not worse enough, these two came on the same day. This is, I'm like, this is, I
It's
need to,
Amazon. They messed up. I don't know what to tell you,
cut
Trevor.
myself off or
Colors
something.
are pretty.
These are for my MCAL, the Stephen West Slip Extravaganza. Is that what it's called? I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
This is Cloudborne Fibers, the Merino Superwash Twist
I've never felt
Sock
that.
Twist. This one is Graphite Heather. This one will be my main color, and it feels really soft.
It does.
It's very squishy.
Melissa Brown and I were talking about that yarn, and she was saying that she wanted to use it, and I had never felt it.
And these
it's really
were
lovely.
Yeah, they're only like $8 a
Very,
skein.
very economical.
Yes, $8 a skein. And then I didn't know what colors to pick.
Those colors
They
are
have
great
a
together.
lot
They are.
of colors. So I was going between Pinterest and looking up colors. And then this one is called, I'm not sure. Oh, I try to keep them with blues. Hold on. Scarlet is this one. This one is Sky Blue. And then this one is Stormy Skies.
Beautiful. I like that color combination.
Thanks.
So
different
it's all
for you.
gonna, it's all
Mhm.
gonna look amazing.
And it didn't all fit in my bags by Awesome Granny, so I'm.
That's why I got the extra.
Did you have?
I do. I have my colors for my MCal because you don't like slip stitches, so you're not doing
I'm not doing
MCal.
that.
I might.
I have
wear
more
mine.
stash acquisition.
Mine's all. We can go.
No, go ahead.
Okay.
Go.
This is stash yarn, so it's not new to me, but it's called Dirty Pumpkin. So this is my
Originate.
the two color,
Great color.
Mm-hmm.
and then
Good fall color.
here's my contrast.
Very pretty.
So Mad Tosh.
So Mad Tosh, Jilly, Dream, and Shalimar yarns.
Nice.
I'll make a project page and link to it so all the yarns are in there.
That's gonna be really pretty.
But this is what I'm gonna go with. I haven't done a Stephen West MCal since probably 2014 or 2013. It's been a long time. So
It'll be
we'll
fun.
We'll see how
I'm
it goes.
anxious to see
Uh-huh.
you guys.
Our
projects.
phones are gonna blow up.
Really anxious.
It always does.
Yeah, I know, right?
Get in group
I'm
chats.
starting my new job too. I just know I can't. I would never be able to
Keep up.
keep up. So I'm not gonna put that stress on
I
myself
don't know
this
if
year.
I'll keep up either because I still haven't finished last year.
You didn't?
I
I finished, but I was running
frogged
behind on that
last
one because I
year.
moved. But
I think I did Clue 1 on last year and then I frogged
No,
it.
I finished it. Okay, so this beautiful yarn is from Mustache Yarn in the Pumpkin Spice Latte colorway. And I saw it online and I had to order it. I just think it's so pretty.
love fall colors.
I do too.
I don't know if it's because I'm from Minnesota and they have the best.
So I'll probably crank the two because it's self-striping and then get the socks made for myself and probably my mom will get the other pair. And then I've always wanted to try West Yorkshire Spinners. I've never tried their sock yarn, and I was at Tinsmith Wife in Comfort, Texas,
And they had that.
and they had this color. It's one of the
Is this-
Christmas colorways.
That's pretty. It'll be fun to see how this one.
Yeah,
I think that'll crank up
It'll be
really
cute.
nice.
Yeah, it'll be cute. So I got that.
I love Tinsmith's Wife. I need to go there.
And then, so back to the yarn from Hobby Lobby. I'll just kind of throw all these up quickly so you can see them. But
Just to talk about this yarn from Hobby Lobby, the yarn bee, like she was mentioning earlier, so economical. 30% off right now from $14.99. And even if it wasn't 30% off, you can always use that coupon that Hobby Lobby always lets you get.
yes,
But it's got speckles and variegated
Yeah.
and tonal, and I'll let her go with all her.
so this is called Lilac Luster. And this one is Frosted Galaxy, and that's the speckles that they just started getting in. And then this one is Ashen Mist, and it's like a lavendery color with different speckles. I just thought they were all beautiful.
They are.
Mhm.
They are all gorgeous.
And, you know, I'm going to make some Christmas gifts. I'm going to crank some tubes and make Christmas gifts. It's a very economical hand
Absolutely.
knit sock
Mm-hmm.
solution for gifts. So perfect. And then these were some of the solids that I got. Oh,
Tonally solid.
yeah, yeah, tonals. I'm sorry, not solids, but tonals.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
All very pretty. They have some beautiful variegated too in I think it was worsted and chunky that I haven't purchased yet, but they have some really gorgeous.
We're all going to
Really?
Hobby Lobby after this.
Yeah, I've got to
It
go to
would make
Costco later. I'm going to make a pit stop at
Yeah,
Hobby
make some
Lobby.
gorgeous hats. So
Mhm.
but anyway, that's it. Oh, I do have a nice tea.
She texted me the other day and said, "What's that tea that you made the other day at your sister's lake house?" And I said, "Chai."
Okay, wait. She didn't just make it at the lake house. Like, it was at night, and we were kind of wrapping up the evening. We're doing our knitting and just kind of hanging out. And all of a sudden, this smell. And I have the worst sense of smell. Like, sometimes can't smell anything. But all of a sudden, I was like, what is that? And I was like, oh my God, it smells so good. And she's like, I'm making Darlene some tea.
I was making it for Darlene and I both drink
What kind
this.
of tea is that? It smells like I just want to eat.
I love chai.
It's chai. I love chai tea, and around this time of year they come out with the pumpkin spice. So Darlene and I buy this by the case from Amazon. So she's like, "What was it?" I was like, "When you come over on Thursday, I'll give you a box."
So I was so excited because my mom and I bought some pumpkin spice tea. It was another brand, and it didn't smell very. I mean, it smelled a tiny bit, but I'm like, no, this isn't the right one.
Okay.
I'm like, because
I need
that
to try that.
the one that
I'm sure I have another box.
yeah, I mean the smell alone. I don't even care what it tastes like. Just I want to smell it. It just
I
So,
love it.
I'm
I drink
excited to
tea
try
every
that.
night. I drink tea every morning. I drink tea every night. I'm a big tea drinker. So
we're excited because it's been chilling or cooling down
Cooling
at
down,
night. It's in
to
the
have some
morning.
tea.
Hot tea. So yummy. Yeah.
So as a last minute, I added to our little agenda here. We hit 200 subscribers.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
So we're going to draw a. I don't know how we're going to do it. We'll talk once we're done podcasting and let Audrey or Melissa or somebody figure out how to pull from our 200 subscribers on YouTube, and then next week we will announce it. And then you can contact Darlene and see what she has available in the shop, and she's offering a bag. So
That's
thank you,
exciting.
Darlene,
Yes,
and
thank you.
thank you everybody for subscribing, and hopefully just keep sharing the link with your friends, and hopefully we
Yep.
get more subscribers and we can do some more giveaways.
Yeah.
So thank
I was
you.
thinking it. I know I don't show my spinning very often on here because I don't do it. I have too many hobbies. But I'd like to maybe even pull from my hand spun stash and give that away, or
Sure.
wow.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's very.
because I don't
generous.
I don't know
very
what
generous.
to do with hand spun yarn.
Her hand spun yarn
Is amazing.
Gorgeous.
Aw, thanks.
It's gorgeous.
I'll be entering into that contest.
Can't.
I'll just pay Audrey under the table or something. Teasing.
Oh, Carrie.
I'm sure I'll try to find something orange for you.
My friends love me. They know my color.
So, all right. Well, I guess that's it.
Good. Yeah.
Thank you again for joining
Yes,
us.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
spending time with us. We really
Happy
appreciate
October.
it.
Yeah.
Happy cooler weather.
Happy
Happy
knitting.
fall.
But everybody's in good health.
Yes.
And hopefully we'll see you guys again in
Yes.
2 weeks.
If you wouldn't mind, if you like the podcast, if you give us a thumbs up, it helps us.
I
Yes.
love
It
reading
does.
comments. They're
Yes,
so fun
it's
to
really
read
nice.
comments.
So if you
Yes.
take the time to do that, we really do appreciate that too. So we're grateful to have you and hope to continue on with this. So
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yes.
all right, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.